Welcome to Red Story, friends. I'm excited to share my new story with you, based on real emotions and experiences. It's a tale of betrayal, pain, and the search for a new beginning. If you enjoy it, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss my other stories. Your support means a lot to me. I never thought I'd be writing a post like this. My whole world has been turned upside down, and I'm struggling to make sense of it all. I guess I should start from the beginning. I'm a 35-year-old man, and until yesterday I thought I had a pretty good life. I've been married to Rebecca for 14 years, and we have a son, Adam, who's 14 years old. We got married when Rebecca found out she was pregnant. It wasn't planned, but I was happy to step up and be a father. From the moment Adam was born, I loved him with all my heart. I was there for his first steps, his first words, and every milestone since. I worked 2 jobs to make sure we had enough money to give him a good life. It wasn't always easy, but I never complained. That's what fathers do, right? I always tried to be the best dad I could be. I helped Adam with his homework, taught him how to ride a bike, and went to all his soccer games. We had our father-son camping trips every summer, just the 2 of us. Those were some of the best times of my life. I wasn't perfect, but I always put my family first. I made sure Adam had everything he needed for school, even if it meant I had to skip lunch at work sometimes. I saved up for months to buy him the latest gaming console for his birthday last year. The look on his face when he opened it was worth every extra shift I worked. Rebecca and I had our ups and downs, like any couple, but I thought we were happy. We celebrated our 14th wedding anniversary last month with a nice dinner at home. Adam even made us a card. It's still on our fridge, or at least it was. Yesterday started like any other day. I went to my first job in the morning, then my second job in the afternoon. I was looking forward to getting home and having dinner with my family. But when I walked through the door, something felt off. The house was too quiet. Usually Adam would be watching TV or playing video games, and Rebecca would be in the kitchen. But there was nothing. No sounds, no smells of dinner cooking. Just silence. I called out for them, but there was no answer. I checked Adam's room, thinking maybe he was wearing headphones and didn't hear me. But his room was empty. Some of his clothes and his favorite books were missing. My heart started racing as I went to our bedroom. That's when I saw the note on the bedside table. It was in Rebecca's handwriting. My hands were shaking as I picked it up and started reading. The contents of that note have been playing on repeat in my mind ever since. Rebecca wrote that she and Adam were leaving me. But that wasn't even the worst part. She revealed that I'm not Adam's biological father. According to the note, Rebecca had a brief relationship with another man just before we got together. When she found out she was pregnant, she assumed it was mine. She said she convinced herself it was true because she wanted it to be true. But now, 14 years later, Adam's biological father had come back into the picture. Rebecca wrote that he wanted to be a part of their lives, and she had decided to give him that chance. She said Adam deserved to know his real father. I felt like I couldn't breathe. The room was spinning. I sat down on the bed, trying to process what I'd just read. How could this be happening? How could Rebecca do this to me? To us? I kept reading the note, hoping for some explanation that would make sense of all this. Rebecca wrote that she was sorry for lying all these years. She said she knew it was wrong, but she was scared of losing me and scared of being a single mother. She claimed that Adam's biological father was successful and could give them a better life. She wrote that Adam was excited about meeting his real dad and starting a new life. That part hurt more than anything else. I've spent the last 14 hours trying to wrap my head around all of this. I've gone through every emotion imaginable: shock, anger, sadness, betrayal. I've cried more on the last day than I have in my entire life. I keep thinking about all the moments I've shared with Adam. Teaching him how to tie his shoelaces, staying up all night when he had the flu, cheering from the sidelines at his soccer games. Were all those moments a lie? I can't stop wondering if Adam ever suspected anything. Did he ever feel like I wasn't his real dad? Did Rebecca ever hint at it? I thought we had a great relationship, but now I'm questioning everything. I tried calling and texting both Rebecca and Adam, but their phones are turned off. I'd even drove by Rebecca's parents' house, thinking they might be there, but there was no sign of them. I feel like my whole life has been a lie. For 14 years, I've poured my heart and soul into being a husband and father. I've worked myself to the bone to provide for my family. And now, the blink of an eye, it's all gone. I don't know what to do now. The house feels so empty without them. I've taken a few days off work because I can't concentrate on anything. I keep hoping this is all just a bad dream, and I'll wake up to find them here. Part of me wants to fight for my family. Adam may not be my biological son, but I've raised him for 14 years. Doesn't that count for something? But then I think about Rebecca's betrayal, and I don't know if I could ever trust her again. I've thought about hiring a lawyer, but I don't even know where to start. Do I have any rights as Adam's non-biological father? Can Rebecca just take him away like this? I feel so lost and overwhelmed. I've also considered trying to find them, but I don't know if that's the right thing to do. If Adam really wants to be with his biological father, do I have the right to interfere? The thought of never seeing him again is killing me, but I also want him to be happy. I'm angry at Rebecca for lying to me all these years. I'm hurt that she could just leave like this without even giving me a chance to talk about it. But mostly, I'm heartbroken about Adam. He's my son. Biology be damned. I've loved him and raised him for 14 years. How can that just be erased? I've thought about reaching out to Rebecca's family or our mutual friends, but I'm embarrassed and ashamed. I feel like a fool for not knowing the truth all these years. And what if they all knew and kept it from me? I don't think I could handle that betrayal on top of everything else. There's a part of me that's angry at Adam's biological father too. Where was he for the past 14 years? Why did he decide to come back now? Did he know about Adam all along? I have so many questions, but no way to get answers. I'm scared for Adam too. He's leaving everything he knows. His school, his friends, his home. Is this really what's best for him? And what about this man, his biological father? What kind of person is he? Will he love and care for Adam the way I have? The house feels so empty without them. I haven't been able to bring myself to go into Adam's room. His soccer trophies are still on the shelf, his dirty laundry still in the hamper. It's like they left in a hurry, leaving pieces of their lives behind. I'm writing this post because I don't know where else to turn. Has anyone else been through something like this? How did you cope? Is there any hope for me to have a relationship with Adam in the future? Thank you for reading this. It helps a little just to get it all out, even if it's to strangers on the internet. I never thought I'd be in this situation, but here I am. I guess life can change in an instant, and you never see it coming. Update. It's been a few months since my last post, and I wanted to update you all on what's happened. First, I want to thank everyone for their support during what has been the most challenging time of my life. Your kind words and advice meant more than you know. Shortly after my initial post, I received divorce papers from Rebecca. Even though I knew it was coming, seeing it in black and white was a shock. It made everything feel so final, so real. After the initial numbness wore off, I realized I needed to fight for my rights as Adam's father. I couldn't just let them take him away without a fight. I decided to hire a lawyer. It wasn't easy financially, especially with Rebecca and Adam gone, but I knew I had to do it. I found a decent attorney who was willing to work with me on the payments. He warned me from the start that it would be an uphill battle, given that I'm not Adam's biological father, but I was determined to try. The legal process was brutal, even more than I expected. Rebecca and Adam's biological father, who I learned is named David, seemed to have unlimited resources. David is apparently quite wealthy, which made things even more difficult for me. They'd hired a high-powered attorney, and it quickly became clear that they were going to play dirty. In court, Rebecca and David painted a picture of me as a neglectful father who couldn't provide for Adam. They brought up how I worked 2 jobs and wasn't around enough. It was heartbreaking to hear those things about myself, especially since everything I did was for my family. But I had to keep my composure and stick to the facts. One of the most painful moments of the entire process was when Adam was called to testify. He's only 14, and it felt wrong to put him in that position. But the court needed to hear from him, and there was nothing I could do to stop it. I'll never forget the way he looked at me when he took the stand. He seemed so confused, so torn. Adam said he loved me, but he also said he was excited to get to know his real dad. He mentioned how David had already bought him new clothes, taken him on trips, and promised to send him to a prestigious private school. I felt sick to my stomach hearing it, but I knew I couldn't compete with that. I couldn't offer him the same lifestyle. In the end, the court ruled in favor of Rebecca and David. I was granted visitation rights, but Adam now lives with them full-time. It was a devastating blow, but at least I'll still get to see him. It's better than nothing, I suppose. These past few months have been some of the hardest of my life. I've gone through every emotion possible: grief, anger, bitterness, and acceptance. But slowly, I'm starting to rebuild my life. I've thrown myself into work and have started seeing the therapist, which has helped a lot. I've also started dating again, though it's still early days. It feels strange, but I know I need to move on. I see Adam every other weekend now, and while things are awkward between us, I'm hopeful that with time, our relationship will heal. It's hard though. He seems different, more distant. I try not to take it personally, but it's difficult not to feel hurt. I keep reminding myself that he's just a kid, and he's going through his own stuff right now. As for Rebecca, I don't have much contact with her anymore. Our conversations are limited to logistics about Adam. There's still a lot of anger there, but I'm working on letting it go. It's not easy, but I don't want to hold on to that bitterness forever. I guess the main takeaway from all of this is that life doesn't always go the way you plan. Sometimes things fall apart, and you just have to pick up the pieces and keep going. It's not easy, but I'm learning to take it one day at a time. If anyone reading this is going through something similar, know that you're not alone. It's a long road, but there is hope on the other side. If you really like our videos, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a good day.